to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
All right. Shout out to the fam. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Much love to the fam. What's popping with the flock? Listen, fam, it's been a pretty busy day for the Pels, man. We got some news and items to talk about on this installment of the Pelican Postgame Report. So do us a service. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and by all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. PPR in this thing, repping the flocking nation. Stand up. Big ups to you guys. Now listen, man, got the co-hosts in the building. We got Lex, we got DC is in the building. You know, DC be, doing the music thing as well. So he's very talented, brother. So shout out to him as well. Big ups to y'all. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. So Lex, DC, how y'all doing?
Doing all right.
All right. Shout out to Lex. DC, how you doing, sir? Your mic's working all right?
If you would stop muting me, you know what I'm saying, I'd be fine. But
I muted you.
Yeah. But I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain, bro. Pels
your mic sounds good, DC.
I know. The Pels about to play, and we don't have to worry about the Saints for at least another 6 days.
Please don't bring the Saints up right now, brother. We're gonna have fun. We having fun up in here. Don't bring that nasty shit up in here.
I know, right?
Don't bring that nasty shit up in here, man. We having fun. We talk about the Pelicans. At the end of the day, the Saints is a different broadcast. I just got off the broadcast talking about the Saints. We talking Pels, man. We good here. We good over here, DC. So we be all right. But anyway, speaking of being good, fam, how about this with Trey Murphy, man? The Pelicans waiting all the way to the deadline extension to extend Trey Murphy. Completes a 4-year extension. They officially signed it. Pelicans reached an agreement with Trey Murphy on a 4-year rookie scale extension at $112 million. His agent Sean Kennedy and Jeff Schwartz told Mark Stein via Twitter the deal will begin in 25-26 and will keep Murphy out of the restricted free agency next summer. Won't include a player option, no player option. And Christian Clark of NOLA.com, it also doesn't feature any incentives per Sham Sharani of ESPN. Of course, we know Trigger Trey. It was his 17th overall pick in the 21 draft, has emerged as an integral part of the Pelicans' rotation in 57 games last season. He set new career highs in points, almost 15 points per game, 5 boards, 2.2 on the assist, while knocking down 38% of the 7.8 3-point attempts per game. The 24-year-old is quickly becoming one of the NBA's most dangerous outside shooters with a career rate of 39.2 from downtown. The extension isn't far off from the 5-year, $135 million deal that Devin Vassell signed with the Spurs last October. Vassell's contract features 1 extra year and a slightly lower average annual at $27 million per season compared to the $28 million for Trey Murphy. He's the 6th player to agree to a rookie scale extension, joining Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Franz Wagner, and Moses Moody. So there you go with that. And so signing Murphy to a rookie scale extension ensures the Pelicans now have 4 of their core players, Murphy, Williamson, Murray, and Herb Jones, locked up through at least 2027. One notable exception is B.I., who's entering the final year of a 5-year maximum salary contract, as Bobby Marks of ESPN observes. After accounting for Murphy's extension, New Orleans projects to be about $31 million below the tax line in 25-26. So a new deal for Ingram would almost certainly push the club beyond the threshold. That will be an important factor to consider for the Pelicans team that has never been a taxpayer. Murphy is expected to miss some time at the start of the season, according to Shams Charania. The Pelicans announced 18 days ago that Murphy has a right hamstring and he will be reevaluated in 3 weeks. So let's bring it back to my esteemed co-hosts to kind of talk about the impact of Trey Murphy's contract extension. Have at thee. Shout out to the fam in here, man. Lex, you want to get us going?
Oh, sure. I think it's great. It's about time. It's really like how the Pels designed it, wait until the last minute. But at least with this one, it had a positive outcome. I know we were all wondering about Trey, and now that talk is over, he's locked up. He's locked up with the team.
Locked up.
He's in the foreseeable future, which means like now it's kind of like, what's the next move? That's what we're all thinking. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
It kind of solidifies that Brandon is going to be traded because they can't afford him. So we've always been wondering about the direction of this team. It's always been looking kind of shaky, but this move right here is paramount. It was very important, and we know that Trey's going to be here as far as we know. So because they can't, after reaching an extension, they can't even trade him for 6 months, even if they wanted to. So we know that he's going to be here. So I'm excited. I'm happy for him. It's well earned. It was right in the ballpark where I think we all believed it would be. So yeah, definitely happy for him. Now we just need to finish the rest of the roster.
Yeah. Yeah, another line on that. We just got to get it going there. DC, what are your thoughts on Trigger Trey Murphy's extension, brother? No surprises there, but let's talk impact. What you think?
Well deserved. First of all, shout out to Trey Murphy, man. Happy they
Indeed.
got the deal done.
Indeed.
That brother earned every cent. I hear some people who don't watch our team saying, that's an overpaid. That's an overpaid. Well, you just explained Devin Vassell and what he made, right? Not that Devin Vassell is a bad player. He's a good player. But if anybody in the league had a chance to get Devin Vassell or Trey Murphy, who do you think they want? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think it's an extremely affordable deal. It's about kind of where I thought it would be. I thought at sometimes during the year, I thought it might be 80, anywhere from 80 to 130. And I knew that would kind of be the range. So for them to kind of meet at 112, I'm thinking the timeline of it, how negotiations go, it goes down to the wire. The Pels were trying to talk him down. Maybe Trey was trying to get 130 and they talked him down to 112. They was trying to get him to sign a $100 million contract, and they went up to 112. So long as they got it done, I didn't care when. But going into the season, if he wouldn't have got an extension, that would have been a major red flag. So even though we had his bird rights, but I think the impact that Trey has gone up every year, and I don't think this year is any different, especially what we saw him doing on the defensive end and starting to do rebounding the ball. Late in the season last year, that they're definitely going to need that this year. So the fact that we got him locked up for 112 and the books are, pretty good. I think it's a blessing. Now we're looking at this and like, okay, It's a BI trade incoming, more than likely, probably so. But I'm like 10%. Like there's still a 10% chance the Pels could try to keep BI or want to keep him here. Not saying that's what I want him to do, but if you move on from CJ McCullough, Trey easily fits in that slot too. It's $28 million a year. CJ McCullough makes 33. So that actually gives you a few extra $1 million. But I do know one thing. If we cannot move Brandon Ingram for what David Griffin sees as valuable, then they could very well re-sign him and then try to remove him. That ain't the reality I want. But I don't think this signing 100% guarantees that we're away from that. But it's about 90-10. So maybe they have a deal for Brandon Ingram in the works and they're currently working on something to get him moved, or can't give him a contract extension, right? Too late for that. So got to do something.
Yeah, by the by, man, on the rest of these extensions, man, signed it just to give a kind of a recap on the extension signings of the players. We talked about Cade Cunningham, 5 years, $224. Jalen Green from the Rockets, 3 years, $106. Evan Mobley from the Cavs, 5 years, $224. Scotty Barnes, 5 years, $224. Jalen Suggs, 5 years, $105.5. Franz Wagner, 5 years, $224. Corey Kispert, 4 years, $54. Sengun, 5 years, $185. Trey, 4 years.
Keep it all together, right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, 4 years, $112. Jalen Johnson from the Hawks, 3 years, $150.
Oh, he banged him over the head.
And Jaden Hardy from Dallas, 3 years, $18. So those are the extension signings, right there.
We go back to Orlando. Is Franz Wagner and who? And Mo Wagner, both of the brothers?
Suggs and Franz.
Oh, Suggs. Okay. Damn, they gave Suggs $150.
Yeah, don't you feel good about that? That's a player that you felt good about. 5 years of $150.5. They keeping that young team together, man.
Suggs is pretty good, man. As a defender, and he's pretty solid point guard.
All right. So anyway, as we keep it moving, man, y'all feel in the chat. Let us know how you guys feel about Trey Murphy.
I'm taking Trey over Franz Wagner though. But
Trey.
I would understand people who see it different, but I feel like we got a great deal in what we paying him when you look at other guys that have similar talent.
Indeed, man. Very interesting, man. We see Orlando sticking to the script. Houston spending some real money, man, especially on Sengun, 5 years, $185, man. So there you go. Big money.
Max. That's like right under a max.
Yeah, big money being passed out, man, for those two squads right there. Pelicans doing their due diligence. So anyway, as we keep it moving, man, keep it moving. Now, let's cover some more news, notes, and items to talk about for the Pelicans, man. We're going to cover this one coming via way of Yard Barker. Pelican star misses practice due to family emergency. Will he be in time for the Bulls game? Some people say yes on that. Murray is going into his first season as a member of the Pelicans. The 2022 NBA All-Star finished last year with averages of 22.5 points per contest, 5.3 on the board, 6.4 on the assists, 1.4 on the steals, shooting 46% from the field and 36.3% from downtown in 78 games for the Hawks. On Monday, Murray missed practice due to personal reasons. This is Christian Clark saying DeJounte Murray missed practice today with a family emergency, Willie said. Status Wednesday is to be determined. We're hopeful he will play, Green said. Pelicans go into the new season with most of the talented rosters, one of the most talented rosters in the league. Murray joins the starting lineup that includes Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and potentially CJ McCollum. So there you go. A little news there as well. And, of course, as we keep this thing moving, man, how about this one that just dropped not too long ago? Pelicans claim Brandon Boston Jr. and give him a two-way deal. The Pelicans are taking a chance on some untapped potential, claiming swingman Brandon Boston Jr. off of waivers, as reported by NBA insider Michael Scotobes of Hoop Hype. Boston, who spent the last 3 years with the Clippers, never quite broke through in LA, but he's shown glimpses of what he can do, averages 6.2 points on 13 minutes per game over his career. Boston's a guy who can score in bunches, though his role has been limited to short bursts off the bench. He's getting a two-way deal from New Orleans. The Clippers decided not to extend a qualifying offer This summer, after a quick stop in San Antonio, Boston found himself waived again over the weekend. But here's where things get interesting. Pelicans didn't waste any time converting his Exhibit 10 deal into a two-way contract. That's according to Sharpshooter of ESPN. New Orleans has opened a two-way slot after waiving Malcolm Hill. So they did well, waive Malcolm Hill early in the day. Now they're rolling in the season with Boston joining Jamal Cain and Trey Jemison on two-way deals. The Pelicans will have 14 standard contracts filled, leaving some room for flexibility as they head into the season. Boston might not have set the league on fire yet, but let's not forget he's 6'7". He's a 6'7" wing with length and scoring ability, a former top recruit with plenty of potential. In New Orleans, where injuries have been has seemed to open up opportunities, Boston could find himself with a real chance to contribute. At the very least, he had some intriguing depth to a Pelicans team that always looking for a next piece to help push them to the top. So there you go. Pelicans claim Brandon Boston Jr. Let's get some reaction, fam. DC, thoughts on Brandon Boston Jr.?
I love it. I think it's an excellent move for a two-way guy. He's basically like the two-way version of an all-star, right? It's like getting a top guy that you want to have a two-way spot. You're looking at somebody who, if I'm not mistaken, I think was drafted in the late first round for the Clippers. He's been over there for some time. You can see what he's doing in the G League. And he's been in some regular, real live action games where, he had like a 27-point game against the Celtics a couple of years ago. I think looking at some highlights last April, dropped 23, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. This is a really good move, man. This is a solid player with a lot of potential. He's still young. It's like his third year in the league. No, maybe it's fourth year in the league, third or fourth year in the league. But this is a guy, like Big Q said, he's 6'7", can get his shot off in a lot of different ways. And if you look at him, it's like Brandon Ingram light. He looked a lot like Brandon Ingram, man. I mean, when he came in, he was a stick figure. He can get to the mid-range. You see him shooting a lot of middies. But he does take a lot of three-point shots, man. He's had games with hitting 5 3-pointers and stuff. A lot of potential for this kid. So glad we were able to get him. The Pels having a very good sense of urgency to go sign him at 22 years old. And this is another move that makes you think, okay, is BI out the door? We got another wing, adding some more wing depth. You got Kane, you got him. And Reeves ain't no 3. Kind of trying to figure out who's going to run that spot if Trey moves into the starting lineup. So we definitely going to need some more wings, and maybe he could be somebody that can go from two-way to actual roster spot at some point this year or next year.
Yeah, you look at this footage, DC. I ain't gonna lie, man. The dude
nice.
Got BI type moves, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks a little BI-ish, a young BI-ish type. I don't know, man.
I think it's the fact all the middies, man. He's not getting
Yes.
to the rim a whole bunch. He's shooting a lot of middies, and there you go. You see him get to the rim right there. He takes a lot of threes too, though. So
yeah,
old BI.
I don't know this game. I'm gonna have to look at. So I remember seeing this guy play, man. But yeah, it's very interesting.
They were calling him in the draft. I remember his comparison. He was like
BI,
saying he's a Brandon Ingram clone. Yeah.
Yes, he yeah. I can see it. I can see it in his.
BI light, man.
Lex, what you think about him, man? Lex? Alexis,
you muted, Lex.
Nah, I was just saying, and what's his name?
Brandon Junior.
Brandon Jr.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
so, but
you can't make this shit up, man.
I mean, definitely he doesn't hesitate with shooting that shot. It doesn't take a whole lot to get into his shot. So, it's another wing. Obviously, I was hoping that it would be some other position, but you
He
know,
got Trey Jemison, Lex. Come on, can't be greedy.
it's not Jamarion Sharp, you know.
So
So
would you trade? Would you trade away Trey Jemison for Jamarion Sharp?
what? I never said that. I mean, why couldn't we pick him up just like we did? He was waived. Why
Yeah, I'm
couldn't we
just
pick him
saying.
up just like Brandon Boston?
What's his name again? Let me see if he might not be on the thing. No, Jamarian. Yeah,
Jamarion
Somebody
Sharp.
probably picked him up.
somebody got him already. I'm pretty sure. No. According to this, no, he's
But
still
I mean,
available.
he's cool.
He's still available.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can't teach 7'5". You
It's-
cannot teach that.
Send an email to David Griffin. Lex.
Man, I want to take a fish and just smack it upside his head. Okay. All right, but he's still out there. I know they want to keep that space open, but yeah, this could be another sign along with the Trey Murphy signing.
Mm-hmm.
That, again, just moving Brandon, because obviously you all see I guess a poor man's version of Brandon and him. And so whole lot cheaper. A whole
hell of a lot cheaper. You can move like 2-3 decimal point places.
Yeah. And like you said, DC, moving Trey Murphy into that starting lineup, which is what he wants and what we've all been talking about, that brings that much closer to that situation. So yeah, it's cool. We got another wing, and now we got to continue to finish. It's been a slow process, but we got to continue to finish.
Yeah, they're making some moves, man. Like we said, they to clear up. We mentioned some of it in the report that they did waive Malcolm Hill to free open the spot so they can pick up Brandon Jr. To be honest with you, so they put Malcolm Hill, and of course we like Hill's a shooter, but they see more potentiality in this kid here to bring him here. And like they said, he'll be looking at the G League to develop, and it'll be very interesting, man, because of course they like his skill set. He does put me in the mind of Brandon Ingram. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm sitting watching more stats of like highlights on him, and I'm like, damn, bro. They get like BI, man. How you do that to the man? You get light BI light without all the extra money to go along with it.
Brandon Jr., man. That's
Brandon. The man name is Brandon Jr.
When he was in the draft, I thought we was gonna draft him and just let him be under BI wing, man. I mean, that'd be perfect, right? You got Brandon Jr. and Brandon. They play alike. He got to be to watch BI game. There ain't no way in hell he didn't watch no BI tape. Look at that.
Oh,
man. How he play.
Jeez Louise, man. All right, so let's
one Brandon and just put another one in, right? Plug.
There you go. One Brandon out, one in. That's how I go, bro. We push one out, another one into the building. All right, so anyway, let's do this, man. Let's keep it moving, man. Pelicans, quick preview coming up. Pelicans made significant moves by trading for Murray. This offseason addition of Murray gives Pelicans a formidable backcourt to pair along with Herb Jones. They say CJ McCollum potentially elevating the team into playoff contention. However, a significant question remains, particularly regarding the center position. Their core remains strong with Zion, Brandon, rumored to be on the trade block, McCollum, and now Murray. This group provides a blend of scoring, playmaking, and perimeter defense that could propel the Pelicans into higher echelons of the Western Conference. Right? Mm-hmm. Pelicans will need to address their front court depth as the current options, rookie Yves Missi, veteran Daniel Tice, and Jeremiah Robinson-Earl may not suffice for the rigors of a full NBA season. Statistically, the Pelicans are set to improve their pace and three-point shooting areas where they previously struggled. Murray and Herb Jones are expected to ignite the transition offense with their defensive prowess. Of course, here's a look at the depth chart. Here they're showing you with Murray, McCollum, B.I., Zion, and Tice. Of course, they are going to mix this lineup up a little bit, but you can see at the Pelicans, if they wanted to, and we talked about this before, can go 10 deep. This is a very talented team, depending on the imagination of the brain trust, if you want to call them that. Now roster changes: Zion, Bi, Herb, Trey, Jordan Hawkins, Jose, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and Malcolm Hill. Is of course they waived them. The additions of Murray, Yeeves, Tice, Javante Green from Chi-Town, Carlo Mekovic, Antonio Reeves, Jamal Kane, and Trey Jemison. The departures of Big V, Najee, Dyson Daniels, Cody Zeller, and Darion C. Brown, along with Matt Ryan. The main strengths: improved backcourt playmaking and perimeter defense with the addition of DeJounte Murray. Strong offensive capabilities with multiple scoring threats across the lineup. Increased pace and transition offense aided by defensive prowess in backcourt. Depth on perimeter with reliable shooters and playmakers. Enhanced three-point shooting potential with a focus on improving offensive efficiency, right? And then the weaknesses, as interpreted by this author: lack of front court depth, particularly at the center position after offensive departures or off-season departures. Uncertainty surrounding the ability to protect the rim and maintain interior defense. Questions about rebounding and physical presence in the paint. Potential reliance on unproven, undersized players to fill key roles. Risk of inconsistency due to roster adjustments and reliance on development players. The prediction is, and they picked third in the Southwest Division, ninth in the Western Conference, third in the Southwest Division, 10th in the Western Conference. Right. They projected, the sport books have Pelicans at 45.5 projected wins on the season. So let's address some of these points right here by the writers. As he mentioned main strengths when he talked about the improved backcourt playmaking and perimeter defense with the addition of Murray. Strong offensive capabilities with multiple scoring threats. Increased pace and transition offense aided by defense. Depth on the perimeter and reliable shooters and playmakers. Enhanced three-point shooting potential with a focus on improving the offensive efficiency. Let's address that. What are these points you want to talk about, fam? Lex, DC, the strengths and weaknesses. Ultimately, you see the weaknesses abound around the center position. He talks about rim protection, interior defense, rebounding, stuff like that. Let me hear y'all guys' thoughts on the strengths that's made, the comments made on the strengths according to this writer for the Pelicans. And
go back to the strengths, Big Q. When you said all them damn weaknesses, I forgot about the strengths.
Yeah, I know.
Improved backcourt playmaking and perimeter defense with the additions of Murray. Strong offensive capabilities with multiple scoring threats across the lineup. Increased pace and transition offense aided by defensive prowess in the backcourt. Depth on the perimeter with reliable shooters and playmakers. Enhanced three-point shooting potential with a focus on improved offensive efficiency. That's the good points. Let's attack that. What do you guys think about that? Do you agree with this?
I mean, mainly everything is talking about the backcourt in different ways. I mean, yeah, it's definitely improved there, because really what I heard from the weaknesses is the total opposite, as far as just really focused on the front court. So, but yeah, I mean, I have any problem. I mean, all
right.
I mean, I don't know if I don't know if the 3-point shooting has been enhanced. I don't know if it has. I think that's yet to be seen.
You don't think it's been enhanced?
Well, right now, from what I've seen, like it's still a lot of mid-range. I think only one game we had like about 43s. I mean, obviously it'll probably change, because the rotations will be way different from preseason. But I don't know. A lot of times when it comes to stuff like that, like you really have to condition the league. Like, hey, we're a 3-point shooting team, a 3-point shooting threat. I just don't think that's there yet. I'm not saying that it can't be, but I don't think it's there just yet. I think really the biggest thing is, as far as if Zion is still playing, that's going to be like a huge strength as far as, points in the paint and, really kicking out guys, just knocking down shots. But I think that's still going to be the bread and butter, even without Jonas being there.
Could it be the idea? I think what this article is kind of grasping at the fact that you're right about Zion Williamson. He's a centerpiece. DeJounte Murray is the floor general, high IQ general, operating and steadying the team in certain measurements. Like if you give Zion Williamson, like you mentioned, the ball, his gravity brings these players in and gives guys like when he's healthy, Trey, an opportunity to hit an easy shot. A true 3-and-D now in Herb Jones, an opportunity to hit a shot. If CJ McCollum out there, an opportunity to hit the shot. Even DeJounte Murray himself, who shot 36% from downtown last year in 80-something games with the Hawks, he has an opportunity to hit a shot. So perhaps that's the enhanced 3-point shooting. The thing is, and this is something we talked about years ago when we talked about the Pelicans needing 3-point shooters. Now we got all these guys, even Jordan Hawkins, Jose Alvarado's hitting threes. But, DC leading into that, the offense stuff. What about the defense stuff the guy talked about in the front court? Talking about the rebounding, the shot, who protects the rim, the rebounding there, offensive rebound, stuff like that. What do you think about that, the Pelicans? How can we overcome the weaknesses of that? How do we overcome that? I know Willie would say we rebound as a team. Like everybody gets involved in rebound, but realistically speaking, how do we address the weaknesses at the center position in terms of defense at the rim, rebounding, something like that?
What color are statement edition jerseys? They're red, right?
Yes.
And our regular jerseys are blue, right?
Okay.
Crips and Bloods, baby, we gang banging. It's gang rebounding all day. Like that's what it's gonna have to be. We ain't got height. So I don't see anybody that you're going to expect on any given night to have 12, 13 plus rebounds. We ain't got nobody. Zion, B.I., DeJounte, Herb, Trey. These are our rebounders. When you put the bigs in, you got Yves Mises, Daniel Tice. I don't expect a whole lot out of him. So are we playing Carlo or Trey Jemison? So it's got to be spread about. So everybody in the starting lineup got to have at least 5 rebounds, right? And then for guys like Zion and Brandon, hopefully DeJounte too, you would expect them to get 6 plus most nights. So if they can do that, and everybody is treating it like rebounds are all of our responsibility, I think we can be manageable, but it ain't like we're not going to be top 10 rebounding this year. We could kill that dream unless we somehow doing it on the offensive boards, which would be shocking. But that's probably what's going to take the biggest hit. Unless maybe we shoot 40 attempts like we're supposed to. I mean, in the preseason, I think the season average last year was 32. So they shot over 32 threes all preseason. It's still, like Lex said, they didn't hit that 40. The other teams were shooting threes. They was hitting 40, but we didn't get 40 attempts up. Maybe we did one of those games, but I don't think we did any game.
Just one.
It might have been a Magic game. The Magic game, right? I
think
we
first
got up
game.
40.
Very first game.
Which is crazy, right? Because we were losing by a lot of points the 2 other games. So why wouldn't we shoot more threes? But anyway, a lot of long rebounds. Maybe we can snatch a few offensive rebounds like that from shooting more threes. But it's going to be a work in progress, man. And as far as the defending the interior, you've seen it in the preseason. I think that's a real thing. Anytime you throw their big down there, I think they're going to try to do a lot of doubling. But when we have certain matchups, such as like, your Joel Embiid, Jokic, and other guys that are very dominant down there, or like me and you talked about, Big Q, let's say they start with the small ball lineup, right? And the other team got a big, and they just keep dumping it down there, and he killing us. You know what you're going to see? Timeout. And we going to go to traditional basketball with one of these centers. This is what we're looking at, man. We're going to see experimentation, real time.
Hold on. Let me get this straight, DC. Hold on. You're right. We did talk about this.
That's what we're going to see, bro.
So if Herb's starting that center position and they rolling out Herb as a center position.
Herb get 2 fouls, Q.
He's gonna get 2 fouls.
They're gonna sit him down, bro. We're gonna put a sit down there.
He gonna get 2.
Another thing though that we gotta think about, because the Pelicans don't get friendly with it. No, for real.
We got a point guard now, Lex.
Hold on, Lex. Did you hear what he said?
I'm talking about
you
on
heard
defense.
that? Did you hear what he just said? That the Pelicans, DC believes that the Pelicans, they're gonna roll out a guy. Let's see, Herb Jones at the 5 position.
Mhm.
Then if Herb is losing the battle against the other center,
Or whoever came to double the help, they lose it too.
so a timeout would then be called, and then they would switch and put an actual center into the game. No.
Yeah.
Trey, get out there.
You know what? I don't understand why he does that. That is so irritating. Why would you sub somebody in and then call a timeout immediately? I don't know.
That was gonna happen.
That seems like a waste.
I don't know what that is.
I would have to applaud Willie for trying to stop the bleeding. And other times we seen the team bleeding, and we like, why don't you call a damn timeout? And they don't until it's like a 15, 20-point lead, and then you call a timeout now. I'm like, man, it's too late for that shit now. Team went on a 13-0 run, and we just sit there and watch the whole time. Greg Popovich see him go on like a 7-point run, 6-point run, timeout. No, it's got to be like 15 points.
DC, stop saying
14 straight points. No, I'm just pointing him out, man.
You use another coach, please. Yeah,
Eric Spoelstra, same thing. Eric Spoelstra,
right?
Same thing, man. Ty Lue, even like, you see somebody score 6 points consecutively and you ain't score, they're gonna call a timeout. I hope that's what's changed about Willie. You say Willie's gonna have some changes. I hope he changed that shit, Q.
You gotta change.
I can't see that no more, man. We be on these dry spells and he just, the guys got to play through it. No, call a timeout, put somebody else in and call a damn play.
You know what? That's the weakest excuse. That's the weakest excuse, man.
They gotta learn on the court. They gotta learn on the court.
Guys gotta learn. They gotta no. This is the favorite way. They gotta play through it. They gotta play through it. That's what you always say.
Go ahead, Lex. Players, man. Go ahead, Lex.
It's your job to help your players. That's crazy. Yeah. You got to do that. But I mean, for the Pelicans not to have a friendly whistle, this is going to be really interesting. Because, like I said, other teams have a coach that plays chess, and they're going to know how to, hey, we need to get that ball down low. We need to get that ball down low. Punch that ball down low. Dump that ball down low and go up strong. Because the thing is, they're going to be preaching, man. They miniature. They can't do nothing. Go up strong every single time. Keep the ball high. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's basic fundamentals.
Keep it high, Lisa.
I mean, for real. That
keep it away
with this show there.
Keep it away from the kids.
I mean, then when they jump, and our guys jump.
Hold on, Lex.
Maybe with the exceptions of Zion.
Lex,
you know what I'm saying? Because
we do.
We
do have some 7-footers on here though. We got.
Are they gonna play?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, you might see them in there.
If they're anything like Messi, if you fouling out like, playing 8 minutes and getting.
Mark my words, Messi gonna have a game where he play like 12 to 15 minutes and he gonna foul out.
Yeah, I'm telling man, that's gonna be so embarrassing. That's gonna
He a rookie though, Lex. How would that be?
It's gonna happen.
Because
he got paratrooper in him, man. He's a paratrooper right now.
The Pelicans, I have put themselves in a position where we need a 7-footer. Or 7-footers a project. Put them out there.
You gotta learn.
Say Q, he's a selective paratrooper, man. I done seen him be part of the ground infantry too.
He ain't better than Jackson,
man.
No, he's a selective paratrooper, man. He decides when he's gonna put that parachute on or not.
Jackson
he put the parachute on some plays. Jackson Hayes had it on every play.
Every play.
He ain't see a pump fake. He ain't like.
That's right. Look, I know Messi wants to block like every shot, but you can't do that every single time.
He gonna learn.
You gotta be selective about that stuff, man. No, because guys fake.
I know, but you gotta be easy.
He wants to jump.
I know, but
that dude is jump happy.
He a rookie, and I would rather him try to block every shot and then like figure out where he's at than which one he can't get to, and work through that instead of him being the other way where, oh, I can't get that. I can't and not trying to block stuff. You're like, man, why you ain't get that?
You have to read the defense. Like the thing is, you got to understand.
Yeah,
if he has
but
all that height,
He's a rookie though. He's not gonna be able to do all of that. Like just
you can't
straight
read
out
the
of
defense.
No, I'm just saying, no. he ain't been playing that long.
Oh my God.
He's still trying to figure it out.
I mean, I'm teaching middle school boys how to read the defense. You know what I'm saying?
You should have came to your class.
You can't steal every bat. You know what I'm saying? You can't steal the ball sometimes playing like disciplined defense, staying in front of your man is the best thing. Active hands, move your feet, get some deflections, right?
Right. I agree with you, but I'm gonna compare it to rebounding, Lex. Like far as you coaching a young guy on rebounding, right? Who would you rather coach or is more successful for you? That guy that tries like hell to go after every rebound's willing to dive on the floor and you gotta dial that back, or the little guy who's just like, he's willingly getting boxed out and ain't trying to go after none of them, or barely trying to go after. Who would you rather coach?
I ain't gonna say the second one. You gotta have effort, but the thing is,
my point.
IQ comes with the game. So I'm going to teach.
That comes with experience too, though.
I'm gonna take that effort, and hey man, this is what you need to look at,
right?
Because IQ is a part of it. Yeah, you got the effort. That's great. Now let's polish it up. Let's polish that stuff up, and let's think the game. Okay. Like you have to understand situations. And I'm just saying, like, and this is just reality. There's no way you can block every shot. I mean, Wemby doesn't even block every shot. And he's Wemby. Right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that you have to understand and read what because they're expecting him. They're going to expect him to jump every single time. Just like when he sets the screen, he slips the screen. He doesn't set the actual screen because he's looking for a lob or something.
No, I'm gonna tell you one thing I thought about that too. We got Daniel Tice teaching him how to screen. Now, peep this. Daniel Tice, that's actually a technique that he has where he kind of sets the screen, but he doesn't really fully like set it like he does it, and it's like great. It's like an art that he has. I think Yves Mises is trying to learn how to do the Daniel Tice screen. I really think that's what's going on. And the thing about him and why I'm putting a little pressure on you, Lex, why you saying that is because I watched. Well, I'm saying like far as what you was okay. Well, ice in your veins, baby. But I was just saying far as Yves Mises, I've seen him improve every time I've seen him play. I've seen him jump a little less. I've seen him not foul as much. But it's a learning curve, and they're gonna be games where you're like, oh, he looked great, and then they're gonna be other games where it's like, man, what the hell is he doing? They take him out. He's got to go through it, and he's got to have those experiences to be able to grow and learn. And I think his IQ, like you stated, that he needs, will grow, but he gotta feel it real time. You can only watch so much film and look at concepts and hear the coach talk for so long. You gotta play through some of those things, and I think he will. It's just gonna take him some games to get up to speed. In the beginning, we might not like what we're seeing as much, but as time goes on, I think this guy's gonna keep steadily improving because he's a worker. You can see it.
Yeah, he's smart too. You talk about IQ, Lex. Yves Mises, DC.
Yves Mises.
He's a good player, man. And I mean, in terms of he's kind of raw, yes, indeed. But I think he picks up the game really fast. That was on the scouting report. Even his coaches and even Pelicans brass talked about it, how fast he picks things up. So yeah, I expect him to have a little paratrooper in him. But eventually, I think that he'll be a solid big for us, man. Plus, the Pelicans spent some good draft capital on him, to make sure he's a future piece. So, yeah, go ahead, DC.
Willie Green stated him and Jordan Hawkins as the two bright spots from the preseason, along with Zion, obviously.
Right.
So I thought that was huge for Willie to say that.
Yes, for real.
And if
Good
Willie's
point on
saying
that.
that about a rookie, I mean, we didn't have much choice, but
You might see
usually
him on the flow mode.
rookies don't play around here,
Right.
But unless you heard, but he's probably gonna get in there pretty early.
But isn't a little Herb work ethic in Yves Missi? I mean, a lot of people talk
From
about
what
him.
I'm hearing, what I'm hearing and what I've read, they talk about him coming in there and he works diligently to get things right, and he tries to perfect what he needs to perfect.
Right.
He's been working really hard on screening and rolling and rebounding and post work. And I mean, you see some of it. Like I seen the dude, he hit a reverse layup for a 6'11" dude, 7-footer that ain't been playing basketball 4 years, and you telling me he was raw. I mean, that shit looked pretty good to me. I wasn't expecting it.
He pick up the game fast.
He had 4 blocks in one game. Like I
That's
mean,
right.
you see signs there, but obviously it still needs work. And Coach Lex, if you see him, give him some pointers.
I will.
Lex said, "Move your feet, move your feet." Lex tell her, "Move your feet, put your hands up."
For real.
He the same size as you. How you think you're gonna jump at that? Don't jump at that.
Lex hardcore on people, man.
I can see her getting into it a little bit.
Lex be fussing at the referee.
Oh yeah, I come out on the court and talk to him.
Nah, it ain't no talking. It's like, why you missed that call? What you doing?
Oh no, I break it down like it's a rule book. I got the rule book up in my head.
Like I ref too.
They can't tell you nothing. Yeah, you ref and coach.
Yeah, because
I see, you're supposed to call that. Oh yeah. See that's extra frustrating when you see the game.
They can't BS her. They can't tell her one of the BS excuses.
Yeah, I read all that stuff. I know
Article 3-9
as a coach and as a ref.
That's why.
Hey, and let me tell you something. All 3 of them are different. All 3 of them are different.
Yeah, we don't really be caring about. I won't usually kick the referees in their ass half the time.
Yeah, I know.
But
after receiving training and things like that, you can start seeing the game like in a different lens. But it's definitely different. It actually shocked me because I was like, dang, I thought I knew it, but the thing is to be trained and to look at it from a different lens, it's really different. It's really different. A lot of people don't understand it. So, but yeah, it's nice to have just that lens of all 3 though.
I might have to study on it, Lex, to get at a different point, so I wouldn't have to just be mad and just go ahead and try to knock them upside their head.
Well, make sure you're running when you're doing it.
Make sure I'm running.
Yeah, running and blowing your whistle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, do the whole
That's
thing.
not like a cop, DC, the cop.
Hey, no, because the thing is, it's all about positioning as well. Sometimes when I'm looking at the refs, because I don't look at the game, I look at the refs out there when I'm watching the games, and I'm like, that is horrible positioning. Get over. You know, when the lead ref is there.
Yeah, a better vantage point.
Trailer, it's like, it's like, can you move and adjust? That makes and there's 3 of them out there. But it's like, dude, kind of come this way a little bit so you get a better view what's going on. Because let me tell you something. Because I ref college guys and they be doing stuff. I'm like, what is your hands doing down there? What are y'all doing? No, stop reaching. You know, they be doing pulling or hanging on jerseys and things, and they try to do it in your blind spot. But there's a lot of things, and I adjust. I adjust where my placement so I can see what they're doing. I'm like, okay, I mean, he looks kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you pulling them? You know, just different things. So you got to look out for that stuff, man, because guys be doing stuff, man. They know what they be doing.
Yeah, they get coached up on that. They know how to disguise and kind of move around and position themselves. Yeah, out of the.
And sometimes you have to look. I got to get in the defensive stance too. Be like, no, I saw it. Look,
So like you have a coach a ref up on where to be and how to stay. Like, why don't you get over here and stand in this spot? You can see the call. You ever tell them that?
I mean, they have certain spots that they go, but I break protocol because I wanna make sure that the game is ref. And I don't like people getting away with stuff. You know, man, I let them, play, but however I let them play, if I'm letting them play light or letting them, have a little bit more contact, the main thing being a ref is being consistent both ways.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. You're gonna miss calls. I miss calls. I missed them. No, because there's so much going out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta look at everything and see. A lot of people look. Don't forget the 3-second violation. Don't forget the 5-second. You still got the 10-second count. Okay, you got to call the reach. Okay, when somebody lifts up their arm, they can't create space that way. They can't extend the arm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just different things that you gotta look out for, and you have to do that. You got to be on it. You know,
Yeah,
so I
that's
mean
tough.
that is a lot. That is a lot, and then you have 10 people that you're watching. You got to watch out for the screens. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot,
That's
and
true.
those are just a few things.
You know, that's
That's
been interesting, man.
thing.
I don't know, Lex. I think we could probably do a better job than that Sasquatch creature they got up in there. I don't know. We should try to look at
You talking about Tony Weathers,
Tony Brothers.
the brothers?
Oh, Tony Brothers. Hey, and then they got a lot of
the
people up in there,
Sasquatch.
man.
This
A lot of people. There is pressure though. There is pressure. And then look, you running about 3 to 4 miles each game.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
You can.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. DC could do
I'll be
that
running
too.
for
We could
like
do that.
4 hours.
Yeah. That ain't nothing. I mean, as long as I ain't got to sprint every
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
Sprint. If you
man,
Sometimes you ain't got to
Man.
sprint every time.
if you rapping men's
Man.
games, they be getting it, man. And it's
Yeah.
competitive. You gotta get it.
You got to
Man,
run.
we could
but you ain't
do
gotta
that.
sprint every time. You be all right.
Yeah, we could do that, man. You give DC a pineapple smoothie, man. He'll rep 3 games in a row, but I'll tell you what. All right,
some
Jake.
carbless chips.
Jake-
You go all night, huh?
Jake,
His ukulele.
that's right.
The ukulele.
It's damn spoons on his
Ukulele?
feet. And the spoons on his feet. Spoons.
and look, his jar.
That don't go with reference.
That don't go. No, they don't go with rep.
Man, that man look malnourished. Y'all be putting up there. I don't look nothing like that.
DC, that was you 5 years ago. What you talking about?
5 years ago, man. I ain't never been living under a bridge hungry playing music for money, man.
Playing music for money. All right, Jacob said, question for y'all. How much weight you put on CJ 6-man betting odds mean Willie decided he coming off the bench? So he says, how much weight you putting on CJ as 6-man betting odds? Willie decides he coming off the bench. So I guess if I got that question right, thank you, Jacob. Shout out to you, brother. Odds on 6-man CJ.
First off, I like the question, Jay Carvella. I love it. But before I answer that question, I gotta know what our starting lineup is. What is still?
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, what are we basing that off of?
That's an easy
because right now it's no.
CJ will be starting Wednesday. I can promise you that, player. But when Trey comes back, hopefully we would love to see him go to the bench. And I think on the bench, if CJ accepts that role, I think it is very possible that he could win 6-man of the year. But I think for him to do that, at least for us, because you look at the other guys that get recognition for that, they're in bigger markets, states where they got a lot more viewership. Maybe golf, this new broadcast people we got changes that a bit. But I think we got to win, so it would depend on team success and how they look at him, because we know CJ gonna get numbers as a 6-man, but we would have to win a lot of games, and I think he definitely could win it. So I don't know what odds you put on that, but I'd be willing to put money on it. I don't know how much, but I think it's definitely possible.
Dan asks, what does it mean if the Pelicans go 10-0? to start the season. Boy, that'd be awesome, man. What do you think, Lex?
Nothing.
10-0
what?
start?
Said
A 10-0 start?
This don't
Okay,
mean
That's-
nothing. Well, what if they go 0-10? That don't mean nothing.
Wait.
Oh, that means a lot to Lex.
We gotta reconstruct this question.
How
Okay?
so? Okay, let's go.
Because the Pelicans have not gotten past 4 games in a row. Okay?
New season, Lex.
Yes, I
Come
know.
on, Lex. I think they did at least 5.
Hey, no, they didn't. I kept up with that too.
She ain't lying.
And it only got to 4 games in a
Bro,
row.
that's sad.
She ain't lying and
they
never
get
made it
the
How the
past.
hell did we
Oh,
win
listen.
49 games and never win over
Listen,
4 games in a row?
Listen,
That's
no,
crazy.
we
ain't
have
lying.
not. We lost
is
the game
crazy.
and then we started a new streak. Okay.
So
She
what
ain't
happened,
lying.
Lex? We was doing something
Okay,
good, and on the
listen.
5th game we
If the
stopped.
Pelicans go 5-0, that'll be a breakthrough because we've reached 5 games in a row. Okay.
Wow.
New season though, Lex. If
Shit,
it's
we gonna win the finals then, huh?
Let's get to 5 games in a row.
Okay.
okay,
right.
this is the games. No,
I'm just condensing down the number because we've only reached 4. We've never gotten past 4. Okay.
if you here's the schedule that starts off. Of course, Wednesday we're
Okay.
gonna be about to do the preview for the Pels Bulls game, but
You know what this looks like?
what? This
4
looks
games in a row.
well, Chicago. Let's look at the schedule. Chicago's first, then you have two games going to Portland. See Henderson, Scoot Henderson out there. You got 2 games on the road against Portland.
And Aiton dominating to be exact.
2 against Golden State. That's 5. Then you got home games against Indiana, Atlanta, Portland, and Cleveland, and I think that makes you 10 before you go on the road for that Orlando matchup. So Chicago, Portland, Golden State, Indiana, Atlanta, Portland, and Cleveland. Those are the first 10 right there. So it to me now, for me, seeing that and saying, okay, if it's possible they playing that well, that they win 10 games in a row to start the season off, to me, that's a great start. 10 games, that's a lot of leeway right there. That's a great start to file. Now, of course, you want to be able to keep maintaining wins and do what you got to do. But for you to win 10 games off the bat, that's really that's fire to me. Because the opposite would be if you lose 10 games in a row, the sky is falling. You gonna hear that shit. 0-10 to start off the regular season. You down in the whole 0-10. Come on, Lex.
The ceiling opening if it's 10-0, I know.
Yeah, Jacob says we can go. Jacob says we can go 5-0.
I mean,
that would be a great start. 10-0, Dan.
10-0 is good, but I'm thinking about the Pelicans. Let's reach some milestones first. Let's get to 5. We've reached 4, right? I mean, I'm just, I think that's attainable. And then I'm looking at, Golden State twice.
But it's early on, right?
It's early on, but
all these teams ain't gonna be in mid-season form, though, Lex. That's the thing. You can be able to get wins.
The Pelicans ain't in mid-season form, and plus, let me tell you something. Golden State has a strong identity. Now, Portland, they're in their rebuild and things, so they still looking for themselves. Chicago, I mean, even with Chicago, I'm kind of, I don't know about with Chicago, because Chicago, the games that I saw with them, they actually look good. They really look like everybody was confident in their role. They were really clicking. So I'm kind of, wondering about that game. And plus, not only that, last season they won all the games. It was a shutout, just like how the Pelicans shut out the Kings.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Bulls did beat the Pelicans. So I know it's a new season. I know. No, I'm just saying. I'm just stating facts because it's true, right?
No, I'm saying we should have beat the Bulls though. Get that shit up.
We should. The game is at home. Really, I'm hoping that we can really be on, not just be road warriors, but also take care of home. Your fans want to see W's at home. So it's like I'm really hoping that they can start that off strong, because that would be great.
Yeah, the old matchup indicator is back, fam. So I mean, they got the Pelicans almost 59% beating these Chi-Town Bulls. Let's preview this matchup, Lex. Like
Okay.
you said, we're at home. Wednesday, 7 p.m. tip-off time. Regular season is here. Pelicans back at it. Zion Williamson, DeJounte Murray, hopefully. B.I. will be there. CJ will be there in some capacity. Herb and everybody else. They'll be in the building. Pelicans at home in the Smoothie King Center. Let's talk about this matchup. Chi-Town, man, they got some stuff going on with them. Of course, Lonzo Ball didn't play what in like 2.5 years, DC, something like that.
Yep,
they added Josh Giddey. Kobe White still has Zach LaVine has been cutting up in preseason doing his thing. He's healthy. They have Jalen Smith. Y'all remember Smith used to be with the Pacers. He's there with them, and they have some interesting players, man. So let's talk about the Bulls squad and what we need to do to get a win about this team. What's who we have to stop? What we need to do what's the game plan to coming out with a win against Chicago?
I mean, you already know, man. It's Kobe White. that's the guy that's been lighting us up.
That dude kills the Pelicans, man.
Every time, if we can stop Kobe White, we can get a dub. And also, you can't let Zach LaVine get going, because in his heyday, when he was a lot more healthy and he played us, I remember Zach LaVine dropping like 50 points on the Pels. So you definitely can't let him get going. And Lex actually pointed out to me, who I've been watching during the preseason, he looked pretty damn good. So I think those two guys will be your main points of focus. You got Lonzo Ball coming back into the fold, who before he went down, he had the Bulls. They was tearing like it up.
They were looking good
with him,
and
he's coming back,
picked up from where he started.
But he looked like stiff and rigid, ginger to me. He looked like he lost a lot of his athleticism. But Lonzo Ball is still an incredibly intelligent basketball player. And for intelligent basketball players, that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They still can find a way to beat you. But it's his first game, so I think we might be in luck for a little bit with him with that. But I think he's the guy or the piece that will determine how it flows between Kobe White and Zach LaVine, because that is a bit of an odd pairing. I mean, you got two guys that are basically two guards. One of them supposed to be a point guard, but Kobe White is basically he's a scoring point guard, man. Very little facilitation. So to get Lonzo Ball back, I think makes this team a lot more dangerous, to the Pels. But they are a team that didn't win a lot of games last year. They also forgot about Josh Giddey. You got him as a facilitator too. So Lonzo Ball coming off the bench probably.
A lot of size though, DC. These guys are you got 6'6" Giddey, you got a 6'6" Lonzo, you got 6'7" Zach. You got the
wait, Zach 6'7"? Nah, he like
Zach 6'5". I want to say what are you 6'5",
6'8"? Maybe not. He's not 6'7".
6'5", 6'5". So you got 6'5" LaVine.
I'm saying he's not that big. 6'5" is still big.
You got what's the other guy name I'm looking
Kobe
for?
White.
Kobe White 6'5". So you got these some tall guys right here, and they got scoring. Kobe's averaging 19 points a game. LaVine 19 points a game.
Williams or whatever.
Yeah, Pat Williams is another guy there.
6'8", 6'9".
And of course, the center there is another problem. He's kind of a older center, but very impactful when he's healthy as well. So they have some players, man. They have some players, man. So let's talk about that. We talk about all these guys, like you mentioned, man. You mentioned Kobe, Kobe White. I mean, this is going to be interesting, man. With Josh Giddey, I think he's supposed to play in this matchup. And then they got Balls coming up, Lonzo coming off the bench there.
They got what, sir?
Lonzo Ball coming off the bench.
I'm gonna get you. You need to go ahead and pick that.
Well, let's give him a tour. I know where you would get.
I don't think we was talking about a bunch of basketballs coming off the bench. What was coming off the bench with an S?
Shit, not funny, DC. All right. Anyway,
I'm just saying.
DC, where your mind at, dog? Come on, now.
Hey, you said it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm asking you. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
It's all cool, brother. We all good. We all good, here, brother.
Hey,
All right. Okay. So anyway,
I just wanted you to fix it, bro.
we good, DC. We all good, brother. All
Well,
right. So
we want you to fix me, see.
We got a lady in the house.
We
Kid.
want you to
Inappropriate.
we want you to say that correctly.
Who?
Stop making him plural.
Put the name up there. No, don't pronounce it for me.
Me see. Okay? He's not plural. Okay? He's not plural.
Put it up there. All I see is I can't stand the rain. Boom,
What?
boom. It's my window. That's Missy. That's Missy.
that boy can't sing either.
That's
Man. You heard
Missy.
that?
Man, I can't do that weird ass voice she be doing.
Say
That shit
me.
cold though.
Say
Play,
me.
make
Ain't no
it good.
ME right there.
Say me, DC.
They don't have,
Say me.
Forget it, Lex.
last time I checked,
Say
MI is me.
Say me.
That man family
And
know how to
then
pronounce
say
their name, bro.
see. Okay? Me.
Missy.
See.
Missy.
Say me and see. And then
Missy.
you'll say it correctly. Say me, see.
Missy.
Say me, M-E, and then C.
There ain't no E right there. It's an M and an I.
I'm breaking it down for you.
Say Michigan. Say Michigan. Michigan.
All right, let's get back to the breakdown here.
Michigan.
Nah, just let Tasha deal with him. That's the only person that can help him.
Milwaukee.
That's the only person.
Milwaukee.
You want to see something funny? Let DC
How
read
about Miami?
DC read some of the reports, and that you get a laugh at that. You know, we'll be here sitting for 2 hours, DC, trying to get you that.
You know
shit.
what? Then black names really break protocol because
you said them out of their song. You said them out of their song.
All right. Let's get.
Go on.
Don't worry about it, Lex. It's just a waste of time because DC, you gonna get it. All right. So anyway, back to the Chicago Pels matchup. Now, of course, the lineup, we'll figure this out, but let's talk about breaking the game down, man, because the Pelicans, it'd be good for them to start off with a win. The Bulls, they got a lot of players, man, a lot of players that can score and move. These guys, they're healthy, start off, and you're right. A couple of years ago, how they were moving and grooving, they had a good vibe and energy about them. So what happens here with the Pels and the Bulls? How did the game play in y'all estimation? DC?
I'm gonna let Lex go ahead and take it first.
Why you took so long to do that, dude?
I thought you was gonna let up though.
Dude, never mind. Go ahead, Lex. This
was
guy.
What's the
question?
Demande question. S'il vous plaît.
All right. Okay. What's give me the keys of victory for the Pelicans against the Bulls? What we need to do to win?
I'm gonna go for the one that I've been saying for a long time. The Pels need to come out with a lot of energy because this Bulls team is definitely going to come with that. That's one thing that stuck out. They play with a lot of energy. They have a strong identity. Everybody understands their role on this team. This team does not. We still don't have that that strong identity on this team. We're still figuring that out, right? So one thing they can't take away, come out with the energy. Play like it's the first game of the season. Play with that it factor. Get after it. Play with a lot of effort. They're going to have an edge as far as with rebounds. In order to get it, we got to put that effort to get the ball, to get possession of the ball and get out in transition. But transition ain't happening if you don't have the ball. So everybody's got to crash the boards and just bring that energy, man. Play with a lot of heart and a lot of energy. And obviously the game plan is, whatever the game plan is that Willie sets. But because this is a smaller team, this team has to come out and get after it. You have to get after it. You have to play with that viciousness. You have to play with violence. You got to get after it. There's no other. You have to compensate for your lack of size. If you don't do that, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. So that's the other option. You don't have the size. You got to level up. And I'm not talking about playing to where they are, but you got to exceed that. You don't have a choice to. You don't have a choice but to do that. So that's the biggest thing. If they do that, they can outlast this team, but that has to be an emphasis.
If Vujacic is the starting center right there, then what should be the proper center matchup for Nikola? Who should be the proper center matchup? If I don't think it should be her, but who in y'all estimation should be the proper center matchup for this Bull Club?
Definitely Tice.
DC keys to victory, and what do you think?
I think we need to make it a track meet, man. They need to gang rebound, put that in effect, attack the boards viciously, and get out and run. And when we get in the slow spots, unlike last season, we need to look to Zion. Get the ball to Zion when it gets slow and stagnant.
That is a mismatch.
Get a 2-man game with him and DeJounte. They have no answer for Zion. And what brother said was a mismatch? Oh, Ingram. They ain't got no answer for Ingram either. But I mean, I know they're probably gonna put Patrick Williams on him. Maybe he could slow him up a little bit, but I don't. Brandon Ingram, it looked like he's still having problems getting around people too. So normally I would say he could really dominate Patrick Williams, even though he's a pretty good defender. But I gotta see how healthy that knee is, man. But you get him out, you get him moving, man. I think the Pels can dominate this game. They need to get them fast break points up. I was waiting all preseason to see it. I only saw it that one game against the Magic. But I think that's the formula for a lot of games for them to be able to win. Hit the boards, get some steals, get some turnovers, and get out and run. We got to make every game a track meet. I don't think this game is any different. I see your highline bling. He said Vooch is a 2010 guy. He is, but Vooch a lot of nights, man. I done seen nights where he didn't look so hot last year. So he's up and down. But he could kill you. And in some ways he does remind me of JV, even though it's a little different. He's more of a shooter, I think, than JV is, and less of a post guy. But they definitely got to figure out something with Vooch, because we could very well see this small ball lineup, and then, like I said, 3 minutes in, timeout. You know what I'm saying? It could be a situation like that with Vooch. So Highline Bling is a good song. That's a hell of a title. But yeah, you're right, man. Vooch a 2010 guy, and we definitely got to make sure he don't kill us.
Yeah,
but he ain't been the one that been killing us though.
He ain't the one. It's Kobe.
Kobe White always lights us up.
Kobe White and Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, does some stuff against the Pelicans too, man. He has a little flow, and then of course Zach LaVine, if he's healthy, man, buckets. That's buckets galore from that dude, man. So this is a little early dangerous matchup for the Pelicans. A good little early test for them, man. This Eastern Conference team coming into Smoothie King Center on Wednesday, man. So it'll be interesting to see what the lineup. So that's the thing. Like we talk about the preview stream and we talk about what it looks like, and obviously ESPN has this here where they got Herb Jones at the 5. I don't think that would be a good matchup for him going against Vujacic. I just don't see it. I don't think Yves should be the guy, but Tice is the most experienced guy they have. He should be the guy that's out there that tries to slow him down. So we'll see what Willie and the Pels do. Go ahead, Lex. What you're saying?
I was saying that he started all 3 of the preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it kind of makes sense for him to be in there. But one thing I did want to point out is that you have Lonzo missing a lot of games with 2 years. And then you have Zach LaVine. Man, these dudes are excited to be back on the court. Both of them. So that is plenty of motivation to really get after it for them. And that's why I'm saying we got to make sure that we exceed that. This is a home game. you know, you want to get off to a great start, especially at home. Like, you know, just get, you know, the way the season ended as far as at home, it didn't really go great. So to start it off strong, we don't want to have PTSD as far as, hey man, looks like home games are, you know, looking a lot like last season, you know. So, and it can get like that. So we just got to make sure you stay on it with this team, because there's plenty of motivation for those two guys at least, because they have not played, they haven't been on the court, so they're excited. And how they were playing in preseason, it really showed that. So, no, that's something that you can't measure. You just have to have it. You got to show it. So we need that same excitement and some.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Full out effort. It's gonna be exciting, man, to see the Pelicans back in action, man, and the family members and the Smoothie Kingston are gonna be amped up. Hopefully the Pelicans can feed off of that. Good defensive effort. Get Zion Williamson involved in the game, man. Use that gravity, collapse those players, kick out to our 3-point shooters, make some baskets, make some buckets, play some defense, man, and beat down the Bulls. Like it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a fun matchup, to be honest with you. DC, closing thoughts on the Bulls Pels.
I think it's gonna be an exciting game, man. This is gonna be one where everybody comes away feeling pretty good. I think the Pels get a victory in this in exciting fashion, man. We're gonna come out. Zion is probably gonna you know, be in mid-season form for what we're used to. It's gonna be one time during the season where we actually see him start off quick. Pretty much, I think it's gonna look similar to the Stan Van Gundy era, how we saw him starting with a lot of intensity and force, hitting the boards. You know, I remember that Miami game. Zion came out and got 18 rebounds, like the first game of the season. I thought I was gonna see that shit all season. Boy, was I wrong as far as the rebounds, but he did rebound pretty well that season. We're gonna need that type of effort from him rebounding against the Bulls and every other team. And I think we're gonna see a concerted effort from him and Brandon Ingram to hit the boards. And they do that, I think that's ultimately gonna lead in us winning the game, man. If we drastically lose the rebounding battle in this game, we're not gonna be able to win. And that's gonna be something we see pretty consistent with the Pels. We don't have to win the rebound battle every night because of the perimeter guys we have and the way that we're going to score and getting up 43 pointers and all of that. But we can't allow them to get 10 plus rebounds. So rebound. That's the key to victory. I think we're gonna see it. We're gonna come away from this game feeling good from what we saw with our starters, man, and be looking forward to the next matchup.
Yeah, for real. We need a victory, Pels. Let's get this W to start out the win, start out the season. We got and man, we get a win against the Bulls. We got 2 matchups back to back against Portland. Hey man, let's get it done, man. Let's just don't be like the guys that you work out next to in that same facility. Don't ignore them guys. Just go to work. Willie Green, stay away from Dennis Allen as far as you can stay, because he about to get fired. So I'm just going to let you know that over the next couple of games.
Yourself too.
Stay away from him.
So don't say nothing about cleaning up in the press conference, Willie. Don't say you got to.
I'm gonna hit the clean. He says that I'm hitting the cleanup, man. If he say that, bro, that's one thing I'm gonna start using over here. I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna put that cleanup man on.
I know this is a Pels show, Q, but when do you see Dennis Allen getting fired? Because I thought we would wake up Monday, and I was wrong.
No.
You say the bye week.
The bye week is 4 weeks from now. I mean, it depends, man. It depends because if I don't, because the Chargers, I think the Chargers won tonight. They barely beat Arizona. I think the Chargers won, so that's who you got next. You got the Chargers on the short week for them.
Still playing, I thought
they got 2 seconds left in the game. I thought they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they about to lose that game. Y'all feel it in the chat. Let me know if I'm on it. Yeah, I thought they about to lose that damn game. But hold on here. Let me make sure.
So wait, they got 2 Monday night games again?
They got 2 Monday night games going on. Yeah. No, the Cardinals won.
Okay, they kidding, right?
So they keeping this going every week is 2 Monday night games now?
I don't know. I know Ravens beat the Bucks. So the Ravens lost, the Falcons lost. the Cardinals, they beat the Chargers. They beat them 17-15. So the Cardinals are the Chargers, excuse me. The Cardinals beat the Chargers 17-15. Chargers are 3-3. So they got the loss. They're gonna be elevated to get the loss. The win against the Saints when the Saints go to LA. So you got the Chargers on the road and the Panthers on the road. So if they lose against the Chargers, they got the Panthers, and I think they should be able to beat the Panthers. The Panthers is probably, besides the Patriots, the worst team in the NFL. If Dennis Allen lose to the Panthers, then that's enough to get him on the potty.
Damn, so he got to lose to the Panthers?
He'll be that.
Enough?
I don't think that's gonna be enough. I don't think that's gonna be enough. That'll be 7 games in a row.
How would that not be enough at 6?
That's Mickey Loomis, dude. Mickey Loomis. That's what it is. Mickey Loomis is the problem, brother. Okay. Just like David Griffin is the problem over here.
The Saints.
Say what?
A new coach. Who would y'all want a new coach to be?
I don't know. I didn't even think about it, Lex. Right now I think about interim coaches. And who's on the team, who you can kind of let run interim wise, but really it's all if you get rid of your head coach, he's not really the problem. And totally it's really Mickey Loomis because he hired him. It shouldn't have been the guy. So you would have to some kind of way take the general manager job away from Mickey, which is hard to do because the 2 people that's his boss don't know shit about football. So we're in a precarious situation as far as the Saints are concerned.
Do they understand what losing is?
They don't understand nothing until
you have to look past the results, Lex.
That's what he told us.
That's what Mickey Loomis says.
Yeah, look beyond the results.
Beyond the results. The good organizations look past the results.
So we're not going to poison the Pelican Postgame Report with bullshit from the Saints. So we're going to keep it all positive on this side because the Pelicans have a fresh start. We got DeJounte Murray. Hopefully he'll be there. A healthy and focused Zion Williamson. B.I. looking to make a name.
Man.
Oh, yeah. That's a big part of this whole thing. Like we talk about the weakness of the center position.
Vengeance and violence.
That's small. That's small potato stuff in terms of having him healthy and DeJounte here. A lot of this stuff we could kind of figure a way out of because they do have personnel. You just got to figure out who to use. And they got Tice. So Tice helps. He ain't the answer. But I'm really excited about DeJounte and Zion and B.I. being healthy.
We got to hope DeJounte makes the game, though, because he's got that family emergency, man. Ain't no telling what that is. That could be something small, but it could also be something big,
Yeah,
somebody has a death in the family. Everybody don't.
That's a word on the street.
Put it on the court, man. Everybody don't want to play through that.
Word on the street.
Some people need that time to hit them.
They're saying it's something like that. Word on the street, something like that.
He had a death in the family.
I hope it ain't that, man. I hope that brother, whatever they got going on, they get that figured out, man. And blessings and prayers to them,
to his family.
Yeah, that's a hard time for anybody, man.
Basketball is definitely
it's the last thing on your mind.
Yeah, a far secondary. So,
right. All right, so look, fam, we appreciate y'all for being in this episode of the Pelican Postgame Report. We shall return, baby, and we'll cover all the latest Pels news. So once again, big ups and shout out to Trey Murphy III getting this rookie contract extension. Shout out to Trey being here.
Round of applause, did you?
Yeah, that's early in the show, but we can do it again. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey, man. Trey got his paper. And that pretty much lets you know what time it is with BI, as well as we got to get ready to trip. So like a lot of positive stuff, man, going on with the squad. We're not perfect, but listen, we got enough talent to make some moves, make some stink in the start of the season. Fresh season, fresh start. Let's get some wins, man, off the bat. Let's see what Willie Green learned. Let's see if he's listening to Borrego. All of the questions about the lineups, we'll finally be able to see these lineups in a couple of days and see what they got going on. We'll be able to break all that down.
It will no longer be a secret.
It won't be a secret no more. All of the stuff that Willie been saying, man, we're gonna go right. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna get out on that. Listen, thank y'all for chiming in on this episode of the Pelican Postgame Report. Do us a service. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. Feel free to share the show on your social media feed as well. If you're listening via X, give us a retweet, man. Help us out. Give us a retweet. Much love to you guys. PPR repping the flocking nation, man. New season, new start, new things. Man, here we go again, fam. We are here. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to get out on that. Appreciate y'all. We're going to holler at y'all on the next one. Much love. And go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumpin' where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps